What's up, you guys? You are tuned in to an all-new episode of Point of View. Y'all, it is Friday. Yes! Woo! It is Friday. We have made it. We have a very exciting episode ahead of us. But before we get started, we have a few shout-outs.
So today, the founding member of the Black Eyed Peas, will.i.am, celebrates his 49th birthday. He is a 7-time Grammy Award winner and has worked with some of the biggest names in the game. His artistry and talent speak for itself, and so today we want to congratulate him for being unique and just so great and wish him a happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Will. Well, y'all know here on POV, we love to give beautiful Black women their flowers. And in honor of Women's History Month, today that shout out goes to Lizzo. So I know there's a lot of controversies surrounding her name and her brand right now, but we cannot deny her artistry and her talent at all, because she is still a phenomenal artist. And one thing I do love about Lizzo, though, is her confidence. In everything that she does, I love her confidence. So today we just want to give you your flowers, girl.
Yeah.
So y'all stay tuned, because in the second half of the show, we will be talking about fat shaming.
Yes, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. But, you guys, the Netflix reality show Love is Blind has the nation in a chokehold. For those of you who don't know, Love is Blind is a social experiment where singles find their match in the hopes of falling in love. But there's a catch. You can't meet them face to face for a good chunk of the show, pretty much. But today we're going to be highlighting Clay and AD. So there's a lot of drama surrounding this couple. And it really just boils down to your ability to move on in life despite all of your traumas. So let's unpack the story between these two.
So Clay and AD have stressed me out this entire season. Let's start there. Because they went into this experiment, you know, hoping to find the love of their life and get married. And I really feel like Clay played in AD's face, because they went through this experiment and then they get to the altar and then he tells AD, no, you know, like, I don't think that I'm ready to get married. I don't think, you know, like, all of these excuses. I feel like he's had excuse after excuse after excuse, like, the entire season.
Yeah.
But it was like, at some point, he acted like he was in love, but then when you get to the altar, it's like, no. And you embarrass AD up there. Shit, that was so embarrassing. You go all the way through that entire process only to tell her no at the most important part. In front of her family, in front of his family. Like, that was
The
so
whole
messed
world,
up.
yeah.
I hated that for her.
Yeah, that is so, it was hard to watch too, but I feel like that is like the classic story of just being so torn and conflicted in yourself, you know, because like he talked about on the show often about how he saw his dad and his dad took him with him to go and cheat on his mom, and they were married and together for like 25 years. And so I feel like maybe when he, you know, decided to take on the show, outside of clearly probably wanting to be on TV, but I feel like there was a part of him that felt like, you know what, maybe I can do this, maybe I can find someone that's a suitable match for me, and I can fall in love, and I can do this love thing the right way. And I feel like as he, you know, started doing it and they were working through the relationship and he did fall in love with her, he's still conflicted in himself to think, you know, am I really ready for this? Am I really capable? Can I really be faithful? And I feel like that conflict took him all the way to the altar, and that's why he couldn't say yes.
No, that is a grown-ass man. I'm sorry.
I'm going to be like upfront. I don't watch Love is Blind. I barely have time to watch TV. But from what I have heard, he showed these apprehensions to her
because
the
he
whole
was
way.
conflicted.
Yeah, he was conflicted. So is it her fault? Because when a man shows you who he is or tells you who he is, believe it. If he's literally telling you, oh, look, I'm having some reservations, bet. Peace. Like, that's how I would handle that.
I'm not gonna lie, I think the show sets every couple up for failure, because when you're in the process of getting married, nowhere in this show are they showing premarital counseling. So that is a major thing, because for him, for example, he has no control over what their parents saw, even though I'm gonna always say, parents, watch what you do, because it affects your child.
For the rest of their life.
For the rest of their life. I don't care what nobody says. They cannot argue me down with that. But if they were actually setting them up to be married, you have to go to a counselor too. Because if he was with grew up with a parent that showed him wrong and he wants to, obviously he was in the process of wanting to do right, how can you expect a husband to be a husband when they have no equipment, no understanding of a requirement of what a husband entails?
Yeah.
So this show does absolutely nothing to prepare a couple to be a wife, to prepare a couple to be a husband, and prepare a couple to be married.
I mean, the show has ulterior motives. I mean, I think they want to. It would be nice if that happens, but at the end of the day, they got to pay bills. You know,
They're
they
just
need the
solely
drama.
there to provide the space for people who don't want to fall in love with physical attraction.
Yeah.
That you're supposed to fall in love. That's why you can't see. You know, they're in the pods.
And
so
that's the
you
main
can't see.
thing.
No. I think, me personally, I think the experience is just that. It's an experience. You know what I'm saying? And if you choose to go be a part of that, then you should see it through. But I feel like what Clay did, it gave that he wasn't really in love with her and he just wanted to be on TV, maybe to grow his own personal brand. Who knows?
I really don't think he was not. I don't think he wasn't in love with her. I think he was.
So why he didn't marry her?
Because he's not ready. He's conflicted. He's not healed. He's still
The whole
operating
point
in
is to
trauma.
get married. The whole point of the show is to get married. So why are you there if you're not getting married?
Because he wanted to be ready. Exactly.
He wants to.
Y'all think he wanted a Kodak moment?
Y'all not
I think he
convincing
wanted
me.
a Kodak moment.
No.
Y'all is not convincing me that man
so
wasn't up
many
there for
other
TV
ways.
purposes
Right.
only.
No, I think maybe what the show should do, I know that the time is limited, you know, as far as they're filming and all that stuff, but once, I know that they vet these people months before they're actually filming. So maybe in that time, they can have the people actually go through counseling to unpack a lot of their trauma, whatever it is. Maybe you'll have some people that don't really need it, you know, but the ones that do need it, it's important to get those things and those apprehensions fixed before you're going through trying to match with somebody.
You know what's so crazy? Okay, so I actually was going to be on a reality show. I was supposed to be on, I don't even know if I can say this. I think I signed an NDA. I'm not going to do that. But I was supposed to be on a reality show on Netflix, and they did have, I had to do a psychology test. That was the last step right before the show. It never ended up happening, obviously, because I'm young. But
I'm here.
So I'm pretty sure for Love is Blind, they did the same thing. And when you're confined to a space, they do have to do a psychology test. So,
but it's probably just to make sure that you're,
You're
you know,
sane,
right, exactly.
okay, I mean, I guess.
It's not in preparation for, like, you have to prepare for marriage like that. I personally would never go on a show when it comes to that such big of a decision. Like, both of them put themselves in that situation. Yes, he may have wanted to get married. Yes, he wanted a show because he has the idea of wanting to be married. But so did she. Just because she's ready does not mean he's ready.
But I think what they're doing,
he tried doesn't mean he didn't want
should have
it.
been
He just
there.
wasn't
but I
ready
think
at the
what
time.
what the show maybe, you know, part of the premise of what they're doing on the show is they're trying to see if they can find two people that have enough in common and that can compromise enough to be willing to work through all of the unseen things, as in life and things that need to be unpacked. So that's the whole point of matching. It's not that, oh, are you really meeting your soulmate? Maybe it may end up that it was, but are you finding someone that you can work through it with? Can you guys agree to compromise enough to fix all the rest of things?
And I mean, it's been seen that they're still hanging out, they're still friends, even despite all of this. So she even, I guess, saw a friend in him, you know? So I guess something did come out of this experiment. But I feel like there could be a lesson that could be learned in this experiment. Like your past traumas, how can you move on from that? Because you guys had mentioned that, you know, he went through a traumatic, is it a traumatic experience? It probably is.
There's trauma.
Yeah, there's trauma
that's big
watching your
trauma.
father cheat on your mother.
And then you can't even talk about it. You know, I'm
Right.
sure he couldn't talk about it with his dad. He sure said he didn't tell his mom until he was on national television. Like, to have that all of these years, oh my gosh.
I know, but I feel like me personally, I've grown up with some traumas in my life, but like Junie always says, there comes a certain point, like when you are an adult, you have to make a decision. Are you going to keep these traumas and like move accordingly to that, or are you going to like kind of try to do it the right way, you know?
Or be a better person,
Be a better person.
than who your father showed you.
Of
Right.
course,
You
but
know
I
what I'm saying?
also know, I was told, you know, when I was a child, and it's kind of stuck in the back of my mind my whole life, that just because you know what you don't want to do does not mean you know how to do what you want to do.
That's true.
So you may know, yes, I don't want to be like my mom. Yes, I don't want to be like my dad, but you have to go through life and gather the tools to figure out how to not be this person. Because I know even for myself, sometimes in parenting, there were things that, methods that my parents had when I was growing up that I did not like. And I always said as a young child, I don't ever want to treat my children like this, or I don't want to do that. But there are times now where I find myself and I check myself in those moments, and I'm doing things that my parents may have done or said to me because I am not utilizing the tools to make sure that I don't do it. So knowing that I don't want to do it doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. And I feel like that's what's happening with Clay. He's realizing he doesn't want to do it, but he does not have the tools in this little time that he's been on the show or these little time that he's actually unpacking what he's doing to know, hey, let me get this together. I don't want to be this person. And as he falls in love with her,
he had to drag
right,
poor innocent woman.
I feel like
he's realized I love her, but what am I going to do? I don't want to traumatize her.
But at the same time, let's not act like cold feet is not already a thing.
Exactly.
Just because they did it on national TV, it is actually a term. Cold feet.
Yeah.
Runaway
bride, leaving the bride at the altar. He did not do nothing that's like, oh my gosh, I've never seen that before.
You do not want to be with
Yeah,
her.
No.
A man knows who they want to be with.
No,
if he wanted to really be with her, he
does not. He does not want to be with the trauma that is himself.
No,
and he does not want to put that on someone
make his
else.
own decisions.
Well, Love is Blind. Y'all got everybody up. You got us up in here arguing.
Right.
This
Clay,
ain't no argument, Clay. We with you.
Right. I don't know. I hope you find peace, AD. Girl, I'm so sorry that man put you through that. Whatever. I don't know, but he told you. I don't know. But you guys, we have to take a short break. As promised, we'll be talking about fat shaming. Don't go anywhere. We are watching POV. Welcome back. And if you're just now tuning in the beginning of this episode, we gave a shout out to Lizzo in honor of Women's History Month, excuse me.
It's always Black History Month.
It is always Black History Month. Yes, it's Black History every day. But today we're going to be discussing fat shaming. So you guys, Lizzo, not everyone is on the same page when it comes to Lizzo.
What you mean?
No, we are. Some people just don't like
right. Yeah, very true. Political activist and a political commentator and activist, Candace Owens, shares her thoughts about Lizzo. She says that let's not pretend that, being obese is beauty. Take a look at this clip.
Do you want to have this talk with me? What is your problem with the LGBTQ community?
Oh, I got a lot of them. How much time you got? You see a man is wearing a dress. That's gay. This stuff is just gay. Why do I have to look at Lizzo in a thong and have somebody tell me that it's beautiful. No, I hate that. I just don't think Ice Spice should be singing about farts. Ariana Grande, I would like to talk about your hoe antics. Sexy Red, her baby shower, when her partner's face was in her butt. Disgusting. Don't try to make me love filth.
Ooh, this is juicy. I can't wait to see
don't
this.
like
If you
her.
guys know, you don't like Candace Owens?
No.
Well, if you guys
She's
know Candace
ignorant.
Owens, she will speak her mind, whether you agree with it or not. So that's Candace for you.
She's unapologetically her.
Yes,
ignorant.
unapologetically Candace.
She is ignorant.
Yes.
With her verbiage sometimes, I'm not even gonna say ignorant because that's mean. With her verbiage sometimes it is
Visceral.
cruel. Yeah, it's
Very
it's-
visceral.
It's
Yeah.
she just gets under my skin sometimes with the platforms that she's on and the platform that she has. She could be so much better, you know, with the way that she speaks about certain topics.
Okay.
Like, why do you have a problem with the alphabet community?
Right.
What is the problem? You are not a part of that community, so what is the issue?
Right. Well, today we'll be talking about the comment that she made on Lizzo. She
Right.
is highlighting basically, let's not pretend that, you know, being clinically obese is beautiful.
Yeah. First of all, I think that her saying that is absolutely disgusting because I could even see if she tried to say, you know, it's not sexy, even if she tried to say that, but to say that it's not beautiful, that is disgusting and insensitive because why is it not beautiful? You know, like
To her.
Exactly. And either way, even if she said it's not sexy, but beauty, like first of all, Lizzo's definitely beautiful. There are plenty of people that are skinny, obese, mid-size, SUV, right? but and it's beauty. It has nothing to do with whether they're beautiful or not. Maybe it may be unhealthy, and skinny people can be unhealthy, you know, as well as bigger people can be unhealthy. But I just feel like to say that you have to pretend it's beauty, that is just so insensitive and cold, and I don't like that. Yeah.
She's ignorant
Yeah.
with some of the things that she says. Like, just because you're not a fan of Lizzo or what she wears, you know what I'm saying, that doesn't mean that it's not beautiful. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Because beauty is from within.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not always what's on the outside. And because you're not a fan of her confidence, because that's
Right.
really what it is.
Right.
You're not a fan of her confidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she just to me, I'm not gonna lie, when people say ignorant stuff like that, I just, on the lighthearted side, I just want to be like, to you. It's
you.
not beautiful to you.
Right.
Like,
Who said that? Somebody said
It's a
that.
TikTok sound.
Yeah.
to you.
Right.
You know, and
Right.
actually when you say that to people who think like that one way, that saying that to you really boils their blood.
Right.
It's an insecurity that they have within themselves because they hold themselves up to such high standard.
Right. God
that how
forbid she gets fat.
Yeah, because how dare you? How could you post like
How could you wear thongs?
yeah. Look
With
at
your
you.
big body bend.
Oh,
How dare you
not the
put a
big
thong
body
on?
bend.
It's a more of a how dare you because I can't do it. You know, like maybe she has a certain standard of people that are around her that you need to go in the gym, you're getting big, and how that makes her feel. So to you, that is not beautiful. And whoever you're around to put that standard on you is why you're projecting that onto
Right.
other people.
Right.
Right.
Well, I do think Candace Owens can be quite visceral with her verbiage for
Yeah.
sure. But I do understand the bottom line in what she was trying to say, and I do agree with it a little bit. You
What
know.
you agree with, Fran?
So she was saying being clinically obese is not a beautiful thing. I don't think she was saying like obese people are not beautiful. The idea of being clinically obese, meaning you are diagnosed an obese person, that is not a beautiful title to hold.
But Lizzo
you
not
know?
even that thick.
Well, I
She
mean-
not even, we've seen. I know y'all
Like-
seen
like-
600 pounds.
Very true, but like I
living
said,
a life or something.
My
her
600 pound life?
verbiage was
That.
very
Yeah,
visceral.
girl, I love
Her
that
verbiage
show.
was very visceral. But on the contrary, being clinically anorexic is also not
Sickening.
a beautiful thing. You know,
Yeah.
some people try to like put the word beautiful on things that are super unhealthy. Like for example, there was this trend that was happening on Tumblr where it was almost beautiful to be sad. You know, and they were like promoting suicide and
Oh my God.
promoting just being sad. Remember on Tumblr when there was like people were putting those sad quotes and they were like, oh, I want to cry. I want to have that cry look. Like people are attaching the name beautiful to these things that are not a good thing to have. Being clinically obese is not a good thing to be. Being anorexic is not a good thing to be. Being depressed is not a good thing to be. Like we're beautifying things that are not good things, you know? So to that extent, I do understand what Candace was saying.
Yeah, maybe she could have used another word because I just don't think beauty fits with any of that.
They're just saying her definition of the beauty standard. She's just trying to get everyone to understand, accept her definition what beauty is. Like, for example, I'm pretty sure if Beyonce was posted up in a thong, she would absolutely think that's gorgeous. Look.
Oh, she would rave about it.
She would repost.
Oh,
Yeah.
Beyonce looks so good.
Immediately.
But she
Now me personally, I think that's beautiful, right? But
Do you not think the same when you see when you saw Lizzo in that thong just now? You didn't think that was beautiful?
because of the beauty
That
standards
is
that are set
not
on, like that are embedded
my-
into you, maybe.
But the bathing suit is not beautiful.
I asked a question. That's
The bathing
no,
suit
people
is not
want to know.
beautiful.
No, and
Beyonce is
honestly,
beautiful,
I
as
don't-
Lizzo is beautiful.
I don't like Lizzo as a person, so I
Okay.
do not agree with that.
With what she
did I
wore?
like? Okay, from the time, do I like what she did? I think it was distasteful.
Wait.
I think it's
In the
distasteful
thong?
when Beyonce do it.
But
I'm lost.
I'm not gonna lie. Put it in. If we want to do the basketball game when she had the cutout,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Time and place.
yeah,
Yeah.
time and place. It
She
was
was performing.
distasteful because she was fully covered, and then that's a surprise if you turn around, you're like, whoa, hello.
So was that the right time? The basketball game was the right time to have your butt cut out?
She
No,
was
that's wrong
performing.
time and place.
Oh,
That
okay.
was I don't.
But she was performing. She could wear anything that
You-
she
Okay,
wanted.
if she was
nobody
performing,
knew.
I didn't know she was
She was
performing.
performing.
Then
She had
I-
dancers and everything. She was performing.
What?
Yes, and in the video that we just
How
saw,
you
she was performing.
3 rows up?
She had dancers with her. I don't know. I wasn't there.
Uh-uh.
But she was performing for sure.
Tanisha, can you please roll that clip one more time?
One
I
more.
want to see if she was performing.
One more.
Because I do
I
understand
swore-
like
I
a
swore I saw
costume.
dancers in there.
You know, I do understand the difference between like a costume and like literally just having your butt out.
She was
If
not
that's what she
performing.
wanted to do, then that is her own, prerogative.
That was not a performance. She is not on stage
Oh,
performing.
the person I saw waving, I thought that was a dancer.
No,
listen,
that was halftime when because basketball games they be lit
They
in the
play
half.
music.
She
Yeah.
just decided to have a little moment.
Right, and she
Wow.
did. You would not catch Beyonce doing that.
Beyonce is Beyonce and Lizzo is Lizzo.
Right, but if we're gonna put them in the same category and put them in this, which one looks better?
No. We're not saying which one looks
Okay.
better. We're saying the beauty standard.
Right.
We're saying one is okay to do something and we're saying the other one is not. But we're only saying the other one is not okay to do it because of her size and shape.
I think that moment, no.
Why? Because she's big?
I
Because
think
if
it's- I
Beyonce
think
did
that's
it,
how
everybody
it's
would have fell
trashier
out.
than anyone does.
Everyone would have fell out.
If Rihanna
Out
did
of
it,
her
everybody would have
character.
fell out.
No, that's out of their character to do that at that time.
If Ice Spice did it, everybody would have fell out.
Who would have fell out? I would have fell out on the
I
floor
would've
and
said
covered
the
my
same
eyes.
thing.
Everybody else would have fell out.
I'm just thinking about the people, the kids that was behind her and thought that she was wearing a full shirt and
She's,
she
at
stood
the
up.
end of the day, you got to remember she's an entertainer also. So she's going to do
Absolutely.
anything to remain in the limelight.
You know
because
what?
She has to.
Absolutely, and that's why she got that live case right now.
Oh, okay.
Well, hey now, we can
She
talk about it.
entertained- Yeah, well, she entertained it, and that's why I think Lizzo is getting so much backlash because you do all of these outrageous stuff for you to turn around and then be fat shaming your dancers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Allegedly,
you really-
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah. It has
Girl-
not yet been proven.
Yes, it
Okay.
has. Not yet.
Innocent
All right.
until proven
I'm,
guilty.
I'm not gonna. Every time they say allegedly, they would not have a case against this woman if there was no some way, shape, or form, some level of truth to it.
Yeah. Well, nonetheless, Candace Owens, you know, I just want to get back to the whole obesity comment that she made, or the body shaming comment
Yeah.
that she made. You
Yeah.
know, like I do think it is important to be healthy. You know, and when I
Absolutely.
see someone promoting something that's unhealthy, that's when I kind of have a problem with it. You know,
But
now
America
I'm not over
promotes
here.
obesity.
Very true. Now, I'm not over here saying I eat the healthiest, you know. I'm not over here also saying like, oh, I make sure I hit all my 3 meals a day. I run whatever, I work out. No, I'm not. But I'm also not, like, I wouldn't be in a position like, you have to understand, Lizzo, she has a certain responsibility being that size. This is me. This is my opinion.
Yeah.
When you are obese or big or whatever, or on the obese spectrum, you do have a responsibility to say, hey, yeah, I may be comfortable in my skin, but I don't want to promote this as like, this is the healthy way to be. I feel like that's
Right.
irresponsible. Just like in the super thin models, you shouldn't be promoting like Victoria's Secret models, how they were so skinny eating 1 egg a day. Like, you shouldn't be promoting that. Like, this is not a healthy place to be. That's where I have the issue.
Yeah,
But
but
also
even
people crucifying people like Oprah,
Yeah.
who were obese and got skinny. Now it's a problem because
She was on Ozempic.
she was on, but it's a problem because
even
now she's,
Lizzo, she's getting a lot of backlash right now because she decided to lose weight for 20
On
years.
She did lose-
Ozempic.
Yeah, she did lose.
I don't
weight.
know
She
if
was
she's
also on
that's
Ozempic.
why she was fat shaming people, because no matter how confident she is, she's really quote unquote ashamed.
Yes. Well, you guys, that is all the time that we have today. You guys know we have the juiciest topics here, so make sure you guys check back with us on Monday, same time, same place. Bye.